Two people, same salary, same $500 per month to invest. One starts at 25, one starts at 35. Just a 10-year difference. By the time they both retire at 65, person A has $3,869,000. Person B has $1,374,000. The same monthly investment, the same returns. A difference of $2,500,000 from waiting just 10 years. And if you wait until 45, you retire with $441,000, less than $500,000, while the person who started at 25 has nearly $4 million. Today, we go through every single number, every scenario, every reason people wait, and why waiting is the single most expensive financial decision most people ever make. Before we go into the stories, let me show you exactly how these numbers work. Because once you truly understand compound interest, you will never look at time the same way again. We're using $500 per month, an average S&P 500 return of 10.66% annually, the actual historical average from 1990 to 2026, and a retirement age of 65. Starting at 25, you invest for 40 years. Total money you actually put in, $240,000. What you end up with, $3,869,000. Your money multiplied 16 times. Starting at 35, you invest for 30 years. Total money put in, $180,000. You end up with $1,374,000. Your money multiplied 7.6 times. Starting at 45, you invest for 20 years. Total money put in, $120,000. You end up with $441,000. Your money multiplied only 3.7 times. The same $500 per month, the same market, just different starting points. And the results are not just different, they are from completely different financial universes. Let's make this real with actual stories. Person A, we'll call her Maya. Maya is 25 years old. She just got her first real job. She's making $52,000 a year. After taxes, she brings home about $3,400 per month. She has $500 left after rent, food, and bills, and she makes a decision that will define the rest of her financial life. She opens a Roth IRA. She sets up a $500 automatic transfer on the first of every month, and then she mostly forgets about it. She doesn't time the market, she doesn't pick stocks, she just buys a simple S&P 500 index fund every single month. Through her late 20s, she sees small growth. Through her 30s, the account starts looking real. Through her 40s, it begins to feel significant. And then, in her 50s, compound interest goes parabolic. The last 10 years before retirement generate more wealth than the first 25 years combined. At 65, Maya has $3,869,000. She invested $240,000. The market gave her $3,629,000 in growth. She never made more than $85,000 a year in her career, and she retires a multi-millionaire. Person B, we'll call him James. James is 35 years old. He's been meaning to start investing for 10 years. He had reasons: student loans in his late 20s, a wedding at 30, a new baby at 32, a car that needed replacing at 34. All legitimate reasons, all real life. But here's the brutal math of those 10 years of waiting. James starts investing $500 per month at 35, the same $500, the same S&P 500 index fund. He's disciplined. He never misses a month for 30 years. And at 65, James has $1,374,000. Better than most Americans. He should be proud. But here's what destroys him psychologically. Maya, who made the exact same investment every month, has $3,869,000. James's 10 years of delay cost him exactly $2,495,000. $2,495,000 lost forever. Not because he spent it, not because he made bad investments, simply because he started 10 years later. Every single excuse James made in his 20s, every year of waiting, cost him $249,500 per year of delay. Did any of those reasons cost $249,500? No, none of them did.
Person C. We'll call her Sarah. Sarah is 45 years old. She's made good money most of her career, but she spent it. Nice car, nice house, nice vacations. Kept up with the Joneses. At 45, a financial wake-up call. Maybe a divorce. Maybe a job scare. Maybe she saw her parents retire broke. Whatever it was, at 45, she gets serious. $500 per month into the S&P 500, every month, without fail, for 20 years. And at 65, Sarah has $441,000, less than $500,000. In a world where $96,000 is needed just for comfortable living, $441,000 covers about 4 to 5 years of expenses. Sarah is not retired. She is delaying retirement, maybe working until 70, maybe 72, maybe longer. And here's the thing that should terrify everyone watching. Sarah is not unusual. She is the average American. The median retirement savings for Americans aged 55 to 64 is just $185,000. Sarah's $441,000 puts her above average. The average person is in an even worse situation than Sarah, because the average person didn't even start at 45. They started at 55, or they never started at all.
Now let's talk about why people wait. Because it's never random. There are specific psychological and financial reasons, and understanding them is the first step to not falling into the same trap. Reason 1. I'll start when I make more money. This is the most common excuse, and the most expensive. Research shows that lifestyle inflation ensures most people never feel like they make enough. The person making $40,000 thinks they'll start at $60,000. At $60,000, they think they'll start at $80,000. The starting line keeps moving. Reason 2. I have debt to pay off first. For high-interest debt above 10%, this is sometimes correct, but for student loans at 5%, the math says invest simultaneously. The S&P 500's 10.66% average return beats 5% debt cost. You come out ahead investing while slowly paying debt. Reason 3. The market is too risky right now. There has never been a bad time in history to start investing in a diversified index fund and hold for 20+ years. Never. Every single crash recovered. Every single one. Reason 4. I don't know enough yet. The perfect is the enemy of the good. A simple S&P 500 index fund requires zero knowledge. Just start. Now let me show you something that will make this even more concrete. The exact dollar cost of every single year you delay starting at 25. If you start at 25, $3,869,000 at 65. If you start at 26 instead, $3,490,000. 1 year of delay cost you $379,000. If you start at 27, $3,142,000. 2 years cost $727,000. If you start at 28, $2,824,000. 3 years cost $1,045,000. By the time you reach 30 instead of 25, you have $2,286,000 instead of $3,869,000. 5 years cost you $1,583,000. Every single year between 25 and 35 costs you approximately $250,000 to $380,000 in final retirement wealth. Not because you spent it, not because you made bad decisions, simply because compound interest had less time to work. This is why Albert Einstein allegedly called compound interest the 8th wonder of the world. Those who understand it, earn it. Those who don't, pay it. Now, what if you're watching this and you're already 35, 40, or 45? What if you've already lost the early years? First, stop beating yourself up, because the second best time to start is right now. And here's something most people don't know. You can partially make up for lost time with higher contributions. If James had started at 35 but invested $1,000 per month instead of $500, he'd have $2,748,000 at 65, nearly double. Still not Maya's $3.8 million, but dramatically better than $1.3 million. If Sarah started at 45 with $1,500 per month, she'd have $1,323,000, 3 times better than her $441,000. The formula is simple. The later you start, the more per month you need to compensate. Starting at 35, invest at least $1,000 per month. Starting at 45, invest at least $1,500 per month. Starting at 55, you need $3,000 to $4,000 per month to build meaningful retirement wealth. The window isn't closed, but it is getting smaller every single day you wait.
So here's exactly what you do today. Step 1. Open a Roth IRA if you haven't already. You can open one in 15 minutes at Fidelity, Vanguard, or Schwab. 0 fees. Step 2. Set up an automatic monthly transfer. Whatever you can do. $100, $200, $500. Automate it for the first of every month. Step 3. Invest in one simple fund, VOO, which tracks the S&P 500, or FZROX at Fidelity, which is 100% free with 0 expense ratio. That's it. No stock picking, no timing, no complexity. Step 4. Never touch it. Not for a car, not for a vacation, not for anything short of a genuine emergency. Step 5. Increase your contribution by just $50 every year. $500 becomes $550, becomes $600. This small annual increase has an enormous impact over decades. The formula for wealth is not complicated. It is just ruthlessly simple, and it rewards the people who start early and never stop. Here's the bottom line. 3 people, same $500 per month, same investment, same market. Maya started at 25, $3,869,000. James started at 35, $1,374,000. Sarah started at 45, $441,000. The difference between Maya and Sarah is not income, not intelligence, not luck. It's 20 years of compound interest. Time is the one resource you cannot buy back. You can earn more money, you can learn more skills, you can change careers, but you cannot go back and start investing at 25 if you're already 35. The clock only moves one direction. Subscribe, because next week we're answering the question, what if you invested $1,000 per month instead of $500? What does that look like at every age? The numbers will genuinely change how you think about money forever.